Roll sound.
Sound speed.
A scene. Don't really know. Take one, marker.
Thank you.
Hello, welcome to What the Flick and a Happy New Year. We are here, Alonso and I are here to talk about interior leather bar. What better way to start off the new year than with James Franco's documentary about what? About gay bars, kinda?
No. The premise, as laid out in the film, is that James Franco and his collaborator, director James Mathews, are going to recreate the legendary lost 40 minutes of gay S&M footage that William Friedkin had to cut out of the 1980 film Cruising to get an R rating. That's not really what happens, though. Take a look.
So much about this is about the cruising, the watching, the looking. You guys are looking around. You're looking for somebody basically to have some action with.
Are you comfortable with physical contact with like other dudes?
So I like documentaries that play with reality. I do. Like I really like Exit Through the Gift Shop very much for that reason, where it's sort of toying with you and toying with your perception.
Sure.
You're constantly shifting perception of what is real and what is not.
Right.
In watching this, is there anything that is real? Is it all a fake documentary?
I think it's all fake.
Okay.
I think they kind of lay that out pretty quickly. That you can tell that James Franco is playing James Franco,
Right.
and Travis Mathews I think that there was a. I don't know if you ever listened to the Film Spotting SVU podcast. Matt Singer and Allison Wilmore. They did a whole thing. They were talking about Spring Breakers. They were talking about Franco in general, and they talked about how he's really interested in, he plays himself a lot. If you look at his filmography,
Right.
he plays himself a lot, and he's interested in sort of public perception and what actors do and what face they present to the world. So what Interior Leather Bar really does, more than try to recreate the missing cruising footage, I think is kind of dig into the idea of what Al Pacino had to do to make that movie. Because the movie, if you've ever seen it, is about a straight New York cop who has to go undercover in the sort of like S&M leather gay underground to find a killer and how that affects his life. Pacino, as an actor, had to do the same thing because they shot that movie in real bars in New York at the time in the meatpacking district that are now, all condos.
Now
or
it's
whatever.
fabulous, right? And
Totally.
gentrified.
Exactly, but back when it was still sleazy, And so you have Val Lauren, is that his last name? I should know this. He's basically playing the Al Pacino character, and we see him go through this sort of like over the course of a day, kind of being skittish about doing gay stuff and the material, and sort of more and more kind of digging down into it and past his own sort of barriers as an actor in coping with the situation. And that's really what this movie is about. It's about Al Pacino's journey making Cruising, I think, is what it winds up being.
But a lot of it is like the slow burn, the tension building, the waiting for what has to be the moment.
Sure.
Where either he does what he does on camera or does not.
Right.
And it's all building up to the scene in the gay bar, and how they're casting the actors and getting the lighting just right and the smoke just right, and I love the montage of men like cruising the camera.
They're putting on their cruising face.
Right,
Yes.
it's great. I think it's a world I think that the vast majority of film goers do not know.
Sure.
Right, and so this is a window into that world, and documentaries, real or fake, should do that. It builds tension in a way that I kind of feel it's almost a letdown once the scene finally happens, and it's only 60 minutes long.
Right.
Right.
Yes.
It's not even an hour.
It comes
short.
at 59, 60 minutes. Yeah.
And so I feel like it's a slow burn to nothing. It's a bit of a letdown, but the journey is fascinating.
I think there's something that happens, and it's a subtle shift that you find out. I don't want to get into spoilers,
right.
but I think something does happen, and I think that it's just it's done in a very kind of low key kind of way. The movie's interesting. Well, first of all, Travis Mathews did a movie a couple years ago called "I Want Your Love," which was sort of a mumblecore type movie, but with very explicit sex scenes in it. And I thought that movie actually sort of incorporated sex scenes into a regular drama and used them to tell you things about characters in a way that was even better than John Cameron Mitchell Mitchell did with Short Bus.
Bus mentioned Short Bus,
That was
yes.
kind of the movie
Real
that was
sex,
the
too.
groundbreaking. So apparently after Franco saw I Want Your Love, he realized that he could make this movie if he worked with Travis, and because he'd had the idea kicking around for a while. You know, there is, I think, an inherent WTF value of, you know, there are literally scenes where James Franco is standing there with a video camera and like 4 feet away are two dudes going at it on a couch, you know.
But that's actually a very tender love scene. It's actually quite lovely. It's not gratuitous.
No. It's just, I mean, I saw this movie at Sundance last year, like a month or two before Oz the Great and Powerful opened. And so it was just this very weird.
The many faces of Franco.
Exactly, yeah. There's a strange disconnect going on.
But I love that about him. I love that he will do anything, that he will try anything, that he's not, as we talk about public perception and your image, he'll do anything. I think there's no protection there as far as I must be this kind of person and maintain my fan base. I like the you say the what the fuck.
Yeah, and the levels of reality going on. There's a certain graduate student-ness about it, you know, which he is famously. It's not going to be a movie for all tastes, but I thought it was really interesting. I've always been I'm a fan of the original Cruising. I think it's an interesting, if problematic, film and sort of the history of LGBT images on screen. And so this movie, you don't have to have seen Cruising to get into your leather bar, but if you have, there are jokes you'll get that nobody else will.
Okay.
You know.
Well, what's your number then?
I give it a, what did I say, an 8.6.
You did.
You know, again, not for all tastes, but I had a really good time.
I give it 7.8. I like it as an idea. I like it as an experiment, and I like that he will try anything, and it's just, it keeps you guessing. It is unpredictable as it goes along. So our average then, our average is a 7.8. It's only at 50% on the tomato meter. So as Alonso says, it is not for everyone. It's only for half the people, apparently. Bye.